Silva or any of his people are going to go lay money on himself, that's not going to get out? Those fucking guys are backstabbing each other left and right every fucking 2 minutes, you know what I mean? You can't keep information like that quiet. It would never, ever be possible. I want to not release a fight for a fucking week, and you can't stop it. It gets out. You hear it, or he hears it, or she hears it. I mean, somebody fucking ends up hearing it. Something like that would be out in a second. It's just so fucking ridiculous. It makes my brain hurt. It hurts my fucking brain, okay? Thank you.
Chris, do you have a New York office? Do you have a New York office?
No, we don't. We have offices in LA, Vegas, Toronto, London. We're not even in New York. I can't have an office here yet. Yeah, like in 2027 when Shelley Silver gets out.
Is Chris Costello still with you?
Chris? Yeah.
Weird. We know him from the other place.
He's right behind you. He's right behind you with the bald head.
One guy behind him. Oops, sorry. He's the guy.
Right there.
Right here. Yeah, he's looking for you.
Danny, to get back to the fight too, what happened with the Balfour-Kennedy fight that you said you wanted to make?
Yeah, I guess Vitor didn't want that fight. Vitor doesn't like that fight. So I said yesterday in LA, I said, all right, let's do him and Rashad then. He wants to fight at a heavier weight. We'll do him and Rashad. I haven't heard back on that one yet. Lorenzo's dealing with Vitor.
Super Bowl Saturday, is that happening in Newark?
Yeah, it's happening.
What are your thoughts about bringing it to the Super Bowl site, taking that weekend's fight out of Vegas?
Yeah, well, obviously it's, we always do the big Super Bowl thing in Vegas, but because Fox has the Super Bowl this year, they want us to be with them in Jersey.
Frankie talked about being interested in fighting on that card. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, it would never be a bad thing having Frankie fight in Jersey.
Do you know what's next for him?
I do. Yeah, I do. I can't tell you guys right now.
Hey Dan,
We got something big for him.
Any update on Nick Diaz? There was some talks about him possibly coming back. Cesar Gracie, they have an opponent figured out.
Oh, they do? Is that what Nick said? I had a conversation with Nick a few weeks ago, and he, then all this stuff came out that we had talked about a fight, and it's not true. We don't. I'm actually waiting for a call back from Nick Diaz.
Okay.
Nick Diaz is supposed to be calling me back after our last conversation, and then we'll see what goes.
Think you might be interested in Robbie Lawler after that performance on Saturday?
Yeah, Robbie Lawler looked awesome, man. The new Robbie Lawler, more well-rounded, obviously a lot more grown up, and his head is in the right place.
Him and George keeps saying that they're not going to fight each other. As Rory keeps winning and knocking off contenders, it
makes no sense, right?
Yeah, it's sort of like he's blocking people's paths.
He's not. Those two will fight. Here's what they're not going to do. They're not going to publicly sit here and call each other out and then go up and see each other in the gym and face each other. They're both professionals. They understand that they're both on this, on this path to collide. And I think when the day comes, they'll deal with it then. I think that's the way they're looking at it. Now, weird it would be for, first of all, Rory lives in his house, meaning his gym, lives in Montreal, trains with him. George says all kinds of good things about him. How weird would it be after the fight the other night if he got on the mic and said, I want George St.Pierre and I want his belt? It'd be a little awkward flying back up to Montreal and training on Monday. I think these guys are handling it like professionals and doing their thing. And when the day comes, when they're there, I guarantee you'll play.
George keeps saying he has some alternate plan.
Yeah, this popped up today. I don't know about it. He told Ariel earlier. He hasn't told me yet.
Dana, the press tour is going to Cowboy Stadium in 2 days, George and Johnny. A, will you be there? And B, are you any closer to putting on a fight there?
We're not. We can put on a fight there whenever we're ready, whenever we think we've got the fight that could do it. We took this fight with Kane and Jr. down to Houston. And I think I am going to be there, yeah.
But you're no closer to booking anything there?
No, we haven't put it.
Dana, after Rory beat Jay, it was very technical. And he's a high-level guy. And I know you know about great fights all the time. But there comes a point when these guys are at the top of the division. They're very technical in that particular fight. Rory took some heat, but do you think it's somewhat unfair when you have two guys like that and they're really so technical, they're watching each other? How would you get
guy who gave most of the heat. I'm the guy who was, dishing it out. And my thing about that is, you're going to be in a position where all the stuff that was talked leading up to that fight, where they sit in the rankings, they're on the biggest platform you can be on in front of the world watching, right? It was on free TV in the United States. It was on free TV in Canada. It was on free TV in South America. It was everywhere. And you go out and you put on a performance like that. Like I said, it's unfortunate fighters live in this business where they fight alone, there's no team, and you're only as good as your last fight. You don't want to put on performances like that. First of all, Jake Ellenberger didn't show up. That was fucking Jake Ellenberger's body showed up, and the rest of him did not. He threw 5 punches in the first 2 rounds, right? And then tried a little harder in the 3rd round to do something, okay? So if Rory feels, and he was telling Rory he didn't even belong in the top 10. All of his, all the stuff that he was getting was because of who he trains with. Rory should have made a statement. You don't have to be a fucking fight expert to know that Ellenberger was not there, okay? He wasn't there. He didn't show up at all. And Roy didn't capitalize on that.
Does it hurt his chances then when people talk about title fights? Is it too soon, even though he won the fight?
I don't think it hurts his chances. I'm hoping it was a learning experience for him. And I understand game plans and all that stuff, but in the big picture, listen, guys have no problem fucking calling my office and saying I want to meet with you and walking in and telling me why they deserve so much more money. Okay? Well, go fucking earn the money. Don't go out there. If we want to see a 3-jab fight where guys go in and fucking jab, one guy doesn't fight and the other guy just does enough to not lose, I'll watch fucking boxing.
On the subject of welterweights, last week over the weekend you asked about Paul Daly. You said he made it clear when he was leaving he didn't want to be back at the UFC. Ariel had him on the show on Monday and he said he does want to be.
You guys keep asking me this. Let me tell you what. If I brought Paul Daly back today, right? I signed him today. You guys will be standing in front of me going, hey, Paul Daly, he's got this problem and that problem and all these other things. And why'd you bring Paul Daly back? You'd be asking me the exact opposite question. Maybe. Definitely. I'm not interested in Paul.
Danny, you hear the fans going crazy right now. Can you just comment on why it was important to bring this tour to New York so these fans could see these champions?
Yeah, well, New York, if you look at, if you're going to do a world tour, you can't not go to New York. New York's, the media capital of the world. We got tons of fans here. And yeah, these guys I thought LA was crazy, man. These guys are definitely having fun. But it makes all the sense in the world. And like I said, I have this philosophy that everybody wants to watch great fights. You just got to know they're on. So we want to let everybody know how stacked the end of this year is.
Is Vitor and Chael a consideration?
I don't know. I heard about that today. First of all, Vitor's calling out Chael. Chael hasn't even fought yet. Chael's fighting Shogun, Vitor drives me crazy, man. Lorenzo can deal with Vitor, not me.
A question on flyweights. If it's already been asked, I apologize, but everyone likes to just jump on him and that kind of stuff. And what does it take for that to stop happening? What's it going to take? Is it just a matter of time?
The what?
Before everyone stops jumping on flyweights, saying, "No, they're not fun. They're not. I don't want to watch them. They don't draw numbers."
It's the craziest thing ever. First of all, think about this. The number that they pulled the other night, right, is fucking unbelievable. Because we're lucky that everybody in America didn't turn their fucking TV off during the Ellenberger MacDonald fight, okay? We're lucky they didn't fucking switch over to watch the fucking Simpsons or something when that fight happened, all right? I'm not kidding you. People started leaving the arena.
Wow.
People started leaving the arena before the fucking main event. That's how bad Ellenberger and Rory were. I know you thought it was a technical masterpiece, but people actually got up and started to leave the arena. So the fact that fight led into their fight, and it grew. The ratings grew. The ratings didn't stay stagnant all night. This number from the first fight all the way to the title fight, it grew throughout the night. We pulled, so last year at the same time, we pulled a 2.4, right? I think it was a 2.4. This one we pulled a 2.38. We were number one on all of television and all the key demos, right? And you have to understand, not 1 ounce of focus was on this show. It's all on Fox Sports 1. Money, energy, you know, promotion time, everything is about Fox Sports 1 right now. That show killed it. And that fight was awesome, you know? And the fact that he went for, you're either a fight fan or you're not a fight fan. You know what I don't ever go, oh, I don't like watching smaller guys fight. I like bigger guys. Well, I like medium guys. I don't like big guys or small guys. You're a fucking weirdo, okay? You're either a fight fan or you're not a fight fan. And if you're not, then don't fucking watch small guys or the big guys or anybody. I don't know what to tell you. It's just the weirdest. People used to say it about the 155 pounders. We brought in the 155 pound division. They're like, this is terrible. These guys are too small. These guys could never carry a pay-per-view. And look at what the 55 pound division has become, you know?
If the ratings grew, then what does it tell you about Jake and Rory?
If the ratings grew?
So they grew.
It did grow. It grew through the night.
Maybe I'm not the only one.
I think we're fucking lucky is what I think. Yeah, I'm sure everybody was sitting home talking about what a technical masterpiece. Apparently, you didn't see all the stuff that was being talked about that fight.
But based on that, Dana, I mean, how do you then off of that performance put him in a title shot? Listen, almost needs another fight.
His performance is whatever. I like guys to go out and get it and do it. He won the fight. At the end of the day, he won the fight. And he's one of the best in the world. So I didn't like his performance. I didn't like the way either one of them performed.
Apparently a lot of people did.
A lot of people did. I agree.
Well, what makes some people say, I want to see this guy in the title fight, man? Based on that.
Yeah, no, it's not good. It's not good for his marketability. It's not good for a lot of things. But it is what it is. It was a shitty fight. He won the fight. We've had shitty fights. It's not like this is like, oh my God, it's the first shitty fight in the history of the UFC. We've had shitty fights before. This was one of them. What it reminded me of was how, first of all, that fight overshadowed the main event. Because that's all anybody was talking about. I was excited for that fight. You know, as a fan myself, I'm disappointed. And it reminded me of Dan Henderson and Machida. Because everybody's going, oh, this is such disrespect that Ronda and Misha, these two women are headlining the event when Machida and Henderson are on the da-da-da-da-da. And they stunk the place out. The fight was so terrible. And then Misha and Ronda brought the place back to life and saved the show. Same thing with this fight and with DJ.
Any update on Dominic Cruz?
He's hurt.
Still hurt? Still. Damn.
Dana, can you talk about the reception that Ronda Rousey has enjoyed in New York?
New York, LA, everywhere she goes. I mean, Ronda Rousey's a huge star, man. She's a huge star. It gets more and more apparent every day. Nobody gets more mainstream media coverage than she does. The fans go crazy over her, and yeah, she's huge.